Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Castlevania Timeline Review Marathon. Last time we ventured back into 1944 in the events of World War II and Castlevania Portrait of Ruin. Now we're jumping 16 years into the future from now in the events of Castlevania Aria of Sorrow for the Game Boy Advance. Aria of Sorrow is a platform adventure Metroidvania action RPG and was released here in America on May 6, 2003. Japan on May 8th, and Europe a day later. It takes place in the year 2035, in an era where Dracula has long been since sealed away for good after a battle in 1999. Wait, was there a game I forgot? Hold on, gonna check the Castlevania fandom wiki real quick. Oh right, the Demon Castle War of 1999. What's the Demon Castle War, I hear you asking through my screen? Well, it's also known as the Battle of 1999. It's a conflict that had Dracula at his full strength and rained hell on an almost apocalyptic level, pretty much. It took place 55 years later after the event of Portrait of Ruin, where Jonathan lifted the curse placed by Richter Belmont during Soten, and the Belmonts and basically, the Belmont that Jonathan found was Julius Belmont. Now, besides Julius, we also had the returning Alucard, who is going under the guise of Genya Arikado, a new face named Yoko Belnades, and possibly it also included the returning Jonathan, Charlotte, Stella, and Loretta, though they will all be in their 70s by 1999. And according to the lore of Castlevania and the universe in general, it was prophesied by real-world French astrologer Michel de Nostradame, better usually Latinized as Nostradamus. Now, although there aren't any official Konami-made games about the Demon Castle War of 1999, there does exist a fan game which is, I think, still in development called Castlevania Umbra of Sorrow by the plot twist on Castlevania Dungeon. I'm leaving a link in the description so you can all check it out. Anyway, on with Aria of Sorrow. Now in this game, we take control of a teenage exchange student named Soma Cruz, who also has occult powers as a result of being a potential vessel as Dracula's reincarnation. It also has the platform gameplay and action RPG elements of the previous Metroidvania games, while introducing new features. Oh boy. But first things first, let's get that plot summary out of the way. So, Aria of Sorrow is, like I said, takes place in the year 2035 when Soma is visiting Japan as a transfer student and living near the Hakuba Shrine. During a solar eclipse, Soma is visiting the shrine with his childhood friend Mina Hakuba. He and Mina are then sucked into a mysterious castle. That being, of course, Dracula's castle. There they meet I meant Genya Arikado. And after killing a group of monsters, one of their souls is absorbed by Soma. Arikado then explains he basically the awakening of Soma's powers of Dominus, which Arikado directs Soma to seek the Master's Chamber, which that of course being the throne room. On the way, we meet a man named Graham Jones, who explains the nature of the castle to our snow white-haired hero, and he believes himself to be Dracula's true reincarnation, since Graham was born the moment Dracula was killed back in 1999. And as we venture further, we meet a witch named Yoko Belnades, descendant of Sypha from Castlevania 3. We also meet the US Army soldier Hammer. He's pretty much our weapons vendor. We finally reach the throne room and beat Grams, but plot twist. Soma is the true reincarnation of Dracula. We also meet a character who goes under the name of Jay, who reveals himself to be Julius Belmont, the same man who killed Dracula back in 1999. After a fight with Julius, accompanied by Heart of Fire for the fight theme, which is honestly one of the greatest fight themes right next to Divine Bloodlines when we fight Richter back in Soten. So after the fight, we then enter the Chaotic Realm and fight the living embodiment of chaos itself. Like Alucard said in Soten, This castle is a creature of chaos. It may take many incarnations. So we kill Chaos, thus Castlevania is destroyed for good this time. The game ends with Soma being congratulated by Yoko, Hammer, Julius, and Arikado as Soma awakens back at the Hakuba Shrine with Mina, pleased that the conflict of his destiny is now over. So that was the plot of Aria of Sorrow. And this is definitely my favorite story of the entire series, seeing that we are playing as the reincarnation of the series' main antagonist and change the fate of Soma. So, how's the gameplay on the other hand? The gameplay of Aria of Sorrow uses the same Soten formula but introduces a new form of combat in the form of tactical souls. The tactical souls are basically souls that were defeated by enemies, but they don't give them up very often, so grind if you please. There are Bullets, Guardian, and Enchant Souls. Bullet Souls are basically Soma's sub-weapons. Guardians are usually like the transformations from Soten, while Enchant Souls are continuously active as long as they are equipped. And there is a fourth type, known as the Ability Souls, but they often originate from one of a kind enemies, i.e. bosses. There are additional modes like New Game Plus and Julius mode. There are also two hidden modes unlocked by typing in no soul or no use as the player name. So the gameplay really encourages more replayability than any of the other Metroidvania games. So is Aria of Sorrow still the amazing game to this day? Of course it is. This is one of the greatest GBA Castlevania games ever made. From the story to the gameplay and all around great cast of characters, soundtrack, and presentation overall, Castlevania Aria of Sorrow is still one of the greatest games ever made for the GBA. I'm giving this game the perfect score of a 10 out of 10. Now I want to hear from you all. Did you play and beat Aria of Sorrow, and could you recommend it to a friend? Leave your thoughts and answers in the comments below. Subscribe to the channel, turn on that notification bell, and like the video while you're here. Follow my social media, links are down below. Join me next time when we finally end the original timeline in the year 2036, in the events of the final game in the original timeline, in the game Castlevania Dawn of Sorrow for the Nintendo DS. I've been Horror Kid, and I will see you all next time. Take care, everybody.